Severance Season 2, Episode 4, Woe's Hollow, ends with the exit of one of John Turturro's characters, but Irving's Innie may not be gone for good, thanks to a fascinating piece of lore introduced in the show's first season. The ending of Severance Season 2, Episode 4 is shocking for a number of reasons, but Irving's Innie being expunged is one of the most heartbreaking twists. Thankfully, one of Severance's override protocols means there is at least a little hope for the character. It may not be the most promising revelation, but it's better than nothing. Severance's deep and mysterious lore is a big part of what makes it one of the best shows on Apple TV+. The show's quality is proven by Severance Season 3 being confirmed before the long-awaited second season has even finished airing. Despite its relatively simple sci-fi premise, Severance continues to find new ways to surprise viewers with new developments lurking around every corner. That being said, some of them are teased way in advance of them actually being revealed. Lumen's clean slate protocol could introduce a new Irving Innie in Severance Season 2. Innie Irving's exit could open the door for a physically identical successor. Irving's Innie becomes recklessly bold near the end of Woe's Hollow. After becoming convinced that Britt Lower's Helliar is actually Helena Egan masquerading as her Innie, he almost drowns her to force Mr. Milchick, Trammell Tillman, to bring Helly back. After Milchick gives the order for Lumen to remove Helena's Glasgow block, a very confused and wet Helly resurfaces. Sadly, but somewhat expectedly, Irving is fired for his actions. However, an Innie being dismissed is essentially a death sentence, but another protocol from the same list as the Glasgow block could, sort of, be Innie Irving's saving grace. A list of protocols is revealed briefly in Severance Season 1. The word Glasgow appears in said list, but the word block is omitted. Presumably, this is to keep the protocol's purpose under wraps for the viewers. Interestingly, there is also a protocol named Clean Slate. The wording of the option makes its function pretty clear, so the most likely explanation is that the Clean Slate protocol wipes an Innie's memories. This is exactly what Mr. Milchick's closing monologue in Woe's Hollow sounds like it's describing as far as Irving's fate is concerned. Although Irving's Innie having his mind wiped would be an incredibly sad moment, it's not the same as a conventional death. Sure, the character would be gone, but Irving's outie still exists and is still presumably a Lumen employee. Outie Irving didn't do anything wrong, so it would be unfair to dismiss him for his Innie's actions. So, he could be sent back to work. Irving's original Innie would still be dead with the Clean Slate protocol. A new Innie would take his place. Irving's, John Turturro, face submerged in a screen full of numbers in Severance Season 2 EP4. Image via Apple TV+. The Clean Slate procedure isn't intended to be a perfect act of mercy. It's a punishment, or at the very least a last-ditch effort to stop an Innie uprising. Having said that, it would allow Irving to start building a new Innie from scratch, and the new Innie would have no memories of his predecessor's life, but that's also the problem with a solution like this. It all works out well for Lumen Industries, but the Innie being scrubbed from existence has still paid the ultimate price. There is still the possibility that the original Innie Irving could return down the line. In Woe's Hollow, Mr. Milchick intriguingly tells Irving, "Your file, including all professional interactions and personal relations, will be purged." The use of the word file suggests the data generated during an Innie's life, such as memories, is stored digitally. So, despite Milchick's declaration of Irving being sentenced to death, the possibility remains that his Innie's file is backed up somewhere on the Lumen servers. How a new Irving Innie would be different from the original. Irving's second Innie would experience new things. Everyone is shaped by their experiences, including Severance's Innies. Irving's Innie experienced a specific sequence of events both inside and outside Lumen to become the person he was at the end of his life. If anything had gone even slightly differently, he wouldn't have been the same. Although certain factors like his physical appearance and place of work would be the same if he returned to Lumen, it would be impossible for Irving's new Innie to tread precisely in his predecessor's footprints. So, he'd be a new character due to his different life, but it's also highly unlikely that Irving's Innie would be reunited with the rest of Severance's Madridata refinement team. If that happened, his friends would simply tell him what had happened, which would compromise the Clean Slate protocol. It wouldn't bring back his old Innie, but it certainly wouldn't be something Lumen wanted him to know. Therefore, what's more likely is that a second Irving Innie is sent to work in another department completely. If so, John Turturro's Severance character would be incredibly different the second time around.